Rutland. Starting for the Golden Horde this evening, you have Kyle Laughlin, Eric Maxim, Drake Jankowski, Matt Hart, and Keaton Wright Chapman. On the floor for the Bulldogs, Evan Rawson, Aiden Francom. Number 24 is Joseph Hancock. Number 11 is Evan Rawson. I already got him. And last player on the floor is not listed, number 14. So Burr Burton hits a two-point jumper. Maxim throws it up over the timeline to Hart. Hart throws it back into the backcourt to Maxim. This is going to be a backcourt. So 2-0 quick lead for the Burr Burton. I believe this is their A team that they brought up here this evening. They played earlier in the season against the B team. It wasn't much of a matchup, so BBA has decided to bring their stronger of the two teams. So should be a good contest between these two teams. Burr Burton doing a nice job moving the ball around the outside of the zone. Nice ball fake, skips it across, and high off the glass, no good, comes down to Laughlin. Laughlin gets into Maxim's hands, and he's gonna push it up over the timeline. Skips it to Jankowski, thinking about the three, puts it on the deck, jump stop, gets it to Hart. Hart puts up the two-point attempt, misses everything. Rebound comes down to number 30, Francom. Gets the ball up across the timeline, back out to Forsman. Forsman swings it across to Rawson. Rawson kicks the ball back out. Dribble drive. Nice find by the point guard. And the ball's back up top. They're going to reset. Thinks about the three. Picks up his dribble. Kicks it into high post. Really doing a good job of moving the ball around. And on that dribble drive penetration by Francom, he steps on the baseline. So BBA working full court press here. Working on Maxim. Maxim throws it up over the timeline to Hart. Hart cross court pass to Wright Chapman, who's up off the glass. Good job by the Horde, break that pressure. And Burr Burton pushes up 2-2, 6:20 to go here in the first quarter. Swinging the ball around, dribble drive, kicks it to the corner, takes the dribble, drops it into the lane. That's a long off the backboard and not able to come up with the rebound. And dribbles the ball back out, throws it up over the top. Number 23, Forsman. Number 11 is Rawson. Rawson off the dribble penetration, nice find, throws it up, and ball comes down to Laughlin. Gets it to Wright Chapman. Maxim dribble drive, finds Hart down in the short corner. That's no good, comes off the rim. Throws the ball forward into the front court. Nice dribble penetration, kicks it back out. Thinks about the three, dribble drive, a lot of steps there, a lot of contact, nothing being called. Letting them play right now. And up off the backboard, so on third attempt by the Burr Burton Bulldogs, was able to drop. Ball's thrown into the front court. Matt Hart's pass gets picked off, and then they throw the ball up over the top to Rawson. Rawson, dribble drive, gets closed down. No look pass. Swings it, long three-pointer, it's up, no good off the rebound. Maxim down with the rebound, Wright Chapman leaking out, loses the handle, has to pull it back out. Jankowski's gonna think about the long three. That's off the back iron, no good. The rebound comes down to Burr Burton, so 4-2, 4:53 to go here in the first quarter. Teams seem pretty well evenly matched. Burr Burton's got a size advantage and has been able to take advantage of the offensive glass and get some extra chances. Doing a nice job moving the ball around the outside. Two-point attempt from the corners, long. Hart grabs the rebound, doesn't even have to jump. Maxim gets the ball in the outlet, dribbles up, gets it to Jankowski. Jankowski to Laughlin, back to Maxim, beats his man, finds Drake Jankowski down in the post, but gets blocked from the backside. Nice block by the Burr Burton player. They pull the ball back. Rawson dribbles across, skip pass, finds the man in the lane, up off the glass, and good. Get the ball into Maxim in the corner, and they're going to call a hand check. So the Burr Burton pressure, they weren't able to get there in time. Maxim turns the corner on him. So into the game, Brendan Forrest and Garrett Waite coming off, Drake Jankowski and Keaton Wright Chapman. So Laughlin's going to inbound the ball, throws it into the backcourt to Maxim. dribbles up across the timeline. Looking for his offense, gets set up, skips it to Laughlin, to Waite in the corner, Waite back to Laughlin. Laughlin dribbling up above the timeline, gets it over to Maxim. Maxim being checked up there, dribble drive, tries to get the pass over to Brendan Forrest, and not able to get it there. Laughlin on the runner, no good, comes down to BBA. So 6-2, Burr Burton with possession of the ball. Push it up across the timeline. Good ball movement again by Burr Burton Bulldogs. That 2-pointer's long. Goes back up, Hart grabs the rebound, flips over to Maxim in the corner. Big long pass up to Laughlin. Laughlin gets trapped in the corner, skips it over to Garrett Waite. Brendan Forrest, he's gonna get called for a double dribble there.
Good move, bro.
So Burr Burton with the ball. Forsman was gonna bring it up across the timeline. 6-2, 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Big long three there from Forsman, and Brendan Forrest isn't able to secure that rebound. Ball's kicked back out. Little crossover dribble. Let's kick it back up to Forsman. Little crossover dribble, and 2-point attempt is good. 8-2. Ball's thrown into Maxim. Maxim splits the double team. Big skip over to Hart. Hart finds Brendan Forrest and able to finish. So 2 baskets by West Rutland has come by breaking the trapping pressure and getting the ball over the top. Thought about the 3, skips it back over to the side to Hancock. Ball's thrown into the post. Brendan Forrest works his man. Burr Burton crashing the boards hard, battling for that ball, and we get a lot of physical action there. I think Garrett Waite's probably going to be called. Oh, Brendan Forrest is going to get the call on the push. So 8-4. 2 new players coming in for Burr Burton on the floor. Mark Wade, number 10, and the other player that just came in, number 25, is Colby Leary. Leary with the drive, gets picked up by Waite, skips it back up top, swing the ball around really well, and that shot comes up way short. Garrett Waite comes down with the rebound, gets it to Maxim. Maxim dribbles up, dribble drive, goes in through the traffic, gets all the way to the backboard, but not able to finish off the glass. Nice drive by Maxim, not able to finish at the rim. 3-point attempt is off the iron, no good. Tyler Sanderson comes down with a rebound. Good box out that time by West Rutland. Ball actually hit the floor and bounced, I think, a couple times before they picked it up. Big skip pass over to Waite. Waite throws the ball back out to Maxim. Dribbles, gets it back to Waite. Waite to Laughlin, over to Brendan Forrest. Brendan Forrest puts it on the deck. Tries forcing the pass into Tyler Sanderson. Maxim pulls it back out. Tries this big skip pass over the top, and that's no good. And out on the layup and finishing at the rim. 10-4. Burr Burton, a minute to go. Get the ball into Maxim. Maxim dribbles against men, throws it over the top, and doesn't come to it. And another finish at the rim. Maxim being worked over in the backcourt, finds Laughlin. Laughlin throws it over to Forrest, gets it over to Sanderson. Sanderson off the glass, no good. 12-4, they did a nice job breaking the press again. And we got a travel called on Burr Burton. Burr Burton bringing in 3 new guys here. Burr Burton's got 11 guys tonight for this game, and the Golden Horde have 10. So should be able to keep fresh legs on the court. So 12-4, 33.7 seconds to go. Laughlin throws the ball into Maxim. Maxim dribbles, gets it to Laughlin. Laughlin is going to get hand checked. Once again, Burr Burton's not able to slide their feet over, and they're reaching out. 29.4 to go, 12-4. Burr Burton in the lead. Only second team foul on Burr Burton. West Rutland's got 1. So Maxim gets the ball in the backcourt, being checked by number 25, Leary. Works off the screen, Kicks the ball to Laughlin in the corner. Laughlin runner way long. And Burr Burton comes down with it. 12 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 12-4. Throws the ball into the center of the lane, skipping it around. And got a 3-second call on number 32 in clear lane. So 3.8 seconds to go. Ball's thrown into Maxim. Maxim fires the ball up to Tyler Sanderson, but he's not able to come down with that pass. Nice find by Maxim, throw it over the top, but the ball goes out of bounds, and that's how the quarter ends. So 12-4 here after 1. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back for second quarter action. Okay, back to action here. Second quarter action. Ball's thrown into the backcourt to Wright Chapman. So Keen Wright Chapman working off the screen. Gets the ball to Maxim on the cut, gets it to Forrest in the corner. Forrest puts it on the deck. A lot of contact there, and I think BBA player is going to get called on a trip. So 30. That foul is going to go to Francombe. His first, team's third. Jankowski throws the ball in to Dow. At the quarter change, I didn't recognize it. Wright Chapman's back on the floor. Also Riley Dow into the game for West Rutland. Still have Maxim and Forrest and Jankowski on the court. Maxim gets the ball in from Jankowski, dribbles it back out, looking to work off a screen. And the taller players are just a nightmare for the West Rutland. They're getting a lot of passes deflected tonight. Long three-pointer coming from number 23. That's off the iron. And it comes down. Maxim battling for the ball. Forrest gets the ball, gets it into Maxim's hands. Dribble drives, kicks it to Jankowski. Jankowski over to Wright Chapman. Dribbles up above the timeline. Gets caught there without his dribble. Was able to find Jankowski. Big skip over. Gets it to Forrest. Forrest looking to hit Jankowski on the cut. And comes down to number 14, Dobell. Still 12-4, no score so far, a minute into this quarter. Penetration, finds the man in the lane, high off the glass, no good. Rebound comes down to Maxim, throws the ball over the top to Wright Chapman. Wright Chapman in, some contact there, but no call. And they're gonna push it back the other way. Dribbles in, handoff pass, little jump stop, swings it to the corner. Penetration, finds the guy in the lane and hits a little jumper. Maxim being pressured in the backcourt, dribbles right by the men. Looks to get it across to Dow and picked off again by the BBA. Dribble penetration, nice floater thrown off. Jankowski's gonna push it up. Burr Burton's doing a nice job of recovering on defense. Jankowski thought he might have something there, and he does. Drives in against three guys, does a nice little turnaround spin jumper. Makes it 14-6. Big skip over, three-point attempt. Off the iron, no good. Brendan Forrest there, and we're gonna get last touch by the Golden Horde. So 2 new in for each team into the game. Matt Hart and Kyle Laughlin out of the game, Wright Chapman and Riley Dow. BBA on the inbounds, fires up. I don't know if that was a it was a two-pointer. Ball's put into Maxim's hand, goes behind his back. Big throw over the top, nice find by Maxim. And Brendan Forrest able to finish at the rim. It only went up as 2. I didn't see his hand go up. So some discussion on that last jumper by BBA, if it was a 2 or a 3. That's definitely a 3. Number 23 buries the long 3. Now he's gonna pressure Maxim. Maxim works him, goes behind his back, crosses him up, dribble penetration, dribble drive, kicks it back out to Hart. Hart with the jumper, bounces around, and got a battle there. And I think last touch by BBA. So they're trying to sort out whether it was a 2 or a 3-pointer. So it's apparently that their 2 shots ago was a 3-pointer. Wasn't signaled by the referee. Maxim finds Jankowski down in the post, and nice finish. Good inbound play there by the Horde. Leads 10 now, 20-10. Golden Horde doing a nice job against this much bigger BBA team. Moving the ball around and getting some pretty good looks. So Forsman with the ball. He's going to launch another long 3. That one's short off the rim, but the rebound comes down to Burr Burton. Forsman again, big skip over across it, and that's a travel. Shuffled his feet. Players have a hard time of making a decision to dribble drive or take that jumper, and a lot of times you see the kid, they shuffle their feet. Ball's thrown into Maxim. He's being worked all the way up the court, goes through, and they're going to get a reach there, or a hold foul. So Maxim tries splitting them, and he gets hung up there. So 20-10, 4th foul goes against Burr Burton, number 23, Forsman. That's his 2nd of the game. Works off the screen by Forrest. And on the screen and roll, nice well-run play. The pass is just a little bit too high. That ball comes down. Very good job of boxing out there. Skipping the ball around. Dribble drive. Gets cut off by Forrest. Swinging it back around. Forsman's taking a lot of long 3s from that spot. Going to close on him another 3-pointer. And that one is good. Ball gets into Maxim's hands. He's being worked. We'll slow it down a little bit. And get a timeout by West Rutland. And 3:33 to go. This is going to be a full timeout. So we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back for the remaining of the 2nd quarter. Okay, we're back to action. Coming in on that last timeout for the Golden Horde, Keaton Wright Chapman, and it looks like he came in for Eric Maxim, giving him a breather. Ball gets to Matt Hart, takes a dribble, skips it back up to Wright Chapman. Wright Chapman to Jankowski, way outside the 3-point line, dribbles into the lane, kicks it back out to Forrest. Forrest with a nice spin move, backs his man down, skips it back out to Laughlin. Laughlin with a dribble drive, skips it to Wright Chapman. He's being worked pretty high. BBA is really extending their defense. They're really pressuring the ball way out away from, and that's the 5th team foul. So creeping up on bonus time for the Golden Horde, 3:09 to go here. Ball's thrown into the backcourt to Wright Chapman. 13-point lead for Burr Burton, and that pass is thrown away and picked off by number 24, Hancock. Gets it to Wright Chapman. Wright Chapman being worked in the backcourt. Crosses man up, gets over the timeline. Skips it to Laughlin. Laughlin in the corner. Skips it. Nice little interchange there. Nice find. And Forrest at the rim and gets it to drop. Back to a 13-point lead, 25-12, 2:33 to go. Ball comes up across the timeline. Burr Burton looking, and Brendan Forrest, nice job. Reaches in and ties the man up and rips it away. So no whistle there, allowed Forrest, who thought it was going to be a jump ball call. Forrest backs his man all the way down in. 2 buckets in a row by Forrest at the rim. Cuts it down to an 11-point lead for Burr Burton. And we get a 30-second timeout by Burr Burton, so we're going to stay right here. So been able to cut into that lead by Burr Burton, finishing at the rim. Brendan Forrest is the only one with the bulk and size able to back those guys down. And the last 2 trips down the floor, he's been able to do that and get into that position. But the much taller Burr Burton's forced a lot of turnovers tonight on this Horde team. Looking at their roster, they're mostly freshmen and sophomore, but being a D1 program, this being their A team, these guys been playing against the likes of Rutland and probably Burlington and Rice and all those teams. So they're probably pretty well seasoned at this point in the year, and the Golden Horde get to play against the D3, D4 schedule. So good matchup for them, make them work pretty hard tonight. And they're staying pretty close with this team at this point. So the ball's put into play by Burr Burton, moving the ball around the outside, find the man in the short corner, skip pass, nice runner into the lane, that's too long. Nobody's boxing out, and Burr Burton comes back down with the rebound. Big swing around, good ball movement, and a nice finish from the short corner by Wade. The ball's thrown into right Chapman. Works off a screen from Barrett, dribbling up across the timeline, tries to find Forrest on that pass. It gets deflected, last touch by BBA, so it's going to be West Rutland ball. So Laughlin with the ball on the sideline, skips it into Barrett. Barrett dribbling up above the timeline, gets over right Chapman. Right Chapman looking to work off a screen from Hart, and wanted to throw the pass and wanted to pull it back at the same time, so that pass might get away with a travel there, number 32 at the timeline. No call. Play keeps going. Got a man at the foul line. They're working that lane, and we get a travel by Wade. So minute 8 to go here. Back to a 13-point lead for BBA. Working, the ball's thrown into right Chapman on the far sideline. He's being worked by number 11, Rawson, and he's able to get up across the timeline. Gets it to Barrett. Barrett throws it over to Brendan Forrest. Brendan Forrest looking to dribble drive, gets it to right Chapman, or Matt Hart. Matt Hart's not able to finish, but Brendan Forrest, man on the spot, gets the offensive board. And they're going to count the basket. So Brendan Forrest is going to go to try finishing the three-point play, and there's an opportunity to get the Golden Horde back within 10 here with 49.1 seconds to go. Forrest has shot the ball really well from the foul line this year. And announcers jinx. Mikey Barrett on the rebound, man on the spot, and finishes at the rim. So a couple offensive boards for the Golden Horde on that trip, got him 4 points. Ball's worked around, long three-pointers, no good, comes down to Hart, skips it across to right Chapman, and gets his pocket pick from the backside. Ball's thrown into the backcourt, and I think Brendan Forrest probably could have just let that ball go out of bounds. Great hustle play there by Brendan Forrest, but the ball was last touched by Burr Burton. So lead cut down to 9 now with the last 2 baskets by West Rutland. Nice little 4-point run for the Horde. Burr Burton's looking to move it around. I think coach is, the coach just yelled out he's looking for 1 shot, so they're going to work the ball around. Just looking to play for 1 at this point. So they're going to be either up 9 or 11 or 12 based on what their decision is. 3-point attempt and rebound and no shot. So it's a 27-18 lead for Burr Burton. Nice finish there by the Horde to cut back into that lead. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be back for second half action from Hinchy Gymnasium. Okay, we're back to action here, third quarter. 9-point lead for the Bulldogs of Burr Burton, 27-18. It's going to be the Bulldogs' possession to start out with. Doing a very good job moving the ball around, looking to get it inserted. They find the man in the center of the lane, and they kick it out from there. Nice dribble drive. The floater's no good, but backside rebound is dragged down. That's no good. Drake Jankowski comes down with the rebound. He's being chased from behind. Right Chapman, nice pass that he's not able to finish, and the ball comes down. The jump pass, and Burr Burton, great hustle there, but steps on the line. So Burr Burton's going to continue with their full court press. Looking to trap out of this. Ball gets into Jankowski's hands. Jankowski's working against his man, able to turn the corner. Ball's picked off. Maxim back on defense. And good defense there by Laughlin to come back into the play. Comes into Maxim's hands. He's going to dribble up across the timeline. Finds Jankowski in the post. And he gets fouled on his way up to the rim. So he's going to go to the line to shoot 2. So I've got a quick pause here. On the floor for the Golden Horde to start this quarter, you have Maxim, Wright Chapman, Laughlin, Jankowski, and Hart. On the floor for Burr Burton, Francombe, Hancock. First one from Jankowski is up and good. Rawson, Forsman, and I can't see the number on the fifth player for Burr Burton. Second one from Jankowski is good. That cuts the lead to 7, 27-20. BBA with the ball outside the three-point arc, moving the ball around. They're looking to penetrate the center of that zone with the pass. That shot's off the rim, no good. Second offensive rebound, and Laughlin is going to foul the man going up. So number 30, Francombe, nope, number 14, my bad, 14, Cody Gobel is going to go to the line to shoot 2 for the Bulldogs. First one is up, and that rolls off the rim. Coach Donnie Dunches Sr. just yelled out to his boys, wants them to get some rebounds. The offensive boards for Burr Burton has allowed them second, third, and four opportunities just about every trip. Jankowski gets the ball into Maxim, skips the ball, long pass up to Wright Chapman. Wright Chapman being checked there at the half-court line, gets his pocket pick, closes on his man, dribble penetration, and great hustle by Laughlin to come from the backside to steal that ball away. Maxim gets up across the timeline, finds Jankowski in the corner, throws the ball into Hart, and he gets his pocket pick from the backside. Nice outlet pass by Burr Burton, up off the glass, a lot of contact, no call, but Burr Burton's able to find the rebound. Maxim gets trapped in the corner, and they finish. Maxim being worked, and he's able to split the double team there and gets fouled by number 24, Hancock. The ball's thrown into the corner to Maxim. He gets trapped there. He's going to try to work out of it with the dribble, and he splits it and gets up to Jankowski, but Coach Dunches was worried about the 10-second call there, so he called a 30-second timeout. So I think he's going to go over the play and try to figure out how they're going to work through this press. So after cutting the lead down to 7, Burr Burton's been on a small run here, 5-0 run for the Bulldogs, and the lead has jumped back to 12. 6:05 to go here in the third quarter. So trying to coach the team through this press breaker. The Golden Horde has not seen pressure like this from any of the teams that they've played all year. So it's a learning experience for them. So the ball's going to be inbounded from the sideline. So because of the timeout, and instead of being on the end line, the ball's going to come in from the sideline. And the ball comes into Maxim. And he's going to just look to get a ball over the top of that double team, gets it to Jankowski. He's being worked from behind, goes up, a lot of contact, no foul called there, and the rebound comes down to Burr Burton. Pushes up across the timeline, skipping the ball around, looking to penetrate that zone with that pass again, and then dishes it out, and a nice finish there by Hancock on the jumper. Maxim gets the ball, takes a couple dribbles, gets it to Jankowski, who quickly gets it up over the timeline to Wright Chapman. Wright Chapman to Maxim, gets it to Hart, back out to Maxim, to Wright Chapman. Laughlin's going to launch the long 3. That's short off the rim. And the rebound comes out to Burr Burton, and mishandled by the Burr Burton player, so they're going to have to pull it back out. So good hustle by Matt Hart there to close out that drive by Burr Burton off the long rebound. 3-pointers up, and that's good by Forsman. Maxim, big throw over the top to Hart. Hart dribble drive, gets it to Wright Chapman, high off the glass, no good. Hart battling for the rebound, high off the glass, and finishes. So that stops the bleeding a little bit. A 7-0 run cut there by that 2-pointer make by Hart off the glass. Another long 3 by Forsman. That one's no good. And I think Jankowski thought it was going to go out of bounds, and it's picked up by a Burr Burton player, number 24, Hancock, and he's going to earn his way back to the line on the foul by Jankowski. So lead of 15. We got players at the scorers tables for both teams after this first attempt. That shot is long and off the back iron, no good. So 2 in for each team. Coming out of the game, Keaton Ray Chapman and Drake Jankowski into the game. Garrett Waite and Brendan Forrest. Second attempt by Hancock is up, and that rattles around and goes in. And Hancock, after making that, gets to go to the bench. Mark Wade was waiting at the table. So Laughlin is going to be inbound on the ball. He can run the floor. Gets it to Maxim. Ball's thrown to Laughlin. Laughlin going up the court, being forced on the sidelines. Nice find on the backside. When the Golden Horde's been able to break the press, they've had layup opportunities, but they've had a lot of turnovers off the press as well. So Wade gets the ball outside, fire it in. Ball's thrown across. Get a block there by Matt Hart. Brendan Forrest being worked from the backside. Ball's thrown forward to Laughlin. Laughlin up off the glass, and that's good. Cuts the Burr Burton lead down to 12, 38-26, 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Most Rutland's been able to get out and run on those rebound attempts the last couple trips. Burr Burton moving the ball around. Forsman for another long three, and Garrett Waite being battled there for the rebound. And last touch by Burr Burton. So they're going to stay in their full court press. Maxim gets it in the corner, takes a couple dribbles, throws it to Matt Hart over the timeline. Hart is able to get in, gets it to Waite, and comes up short on that jumper. Rebound comes down to number 31, Emery. Emery comes up across the timeline, gets it over to Forsman, back to Emery. Gets it in the lane, finds Wade in the short corner. He's short on that jumper attempt. And we're gonna get a foul, I think, by Wade coming through the back. Yep, so Wade picks up the foul, being aggressive on that rebound. He went right through the back of Garrett Waite. So the ball's thrown in, gets it into Brendan Forrest, skips it to Maxim, over the top to Hart. Hart looking to hit Wade on the far side and throws it right to Burr Burton play in the center lane. Nice defense there by Burr Burton to cut that passing lane off. Moving the ball around, Wade gets the ball outside the three-point arc, working the ball through that lane in the center. Dribble penetration, gets it down in the post, and Forrest got him on the arm. And I believe the bucket's gonna be good. Yep, basket is good, so at the line to try finishing the three-point play is Gobo. And Matt Hart coming out of the game, and into the game, Tyler Sanderson. And he finishes the three-point play. Laughlin's looking to inbound the ball. And the ball goes through Maxim's hands. Good defense there by Laughlin. And number 23 is going to pick up, I believe that's his third foul. Forsman, and that is number 3 on Forsman, going through Maxim's back to try getting the ball. And the ball comes into Forrest, gets it back to Laughlin. Laughlin's got a lot of space to go. Dribbles all the way in, loses control of the ball, and we are going to get a held ball. And the possession is going to go to the Golden Horde. So after picking up his third foul, Forsman's going to go out of the game, and into the game to take his place is Rawson. So where Laughlin went down, I don't believe that they're going to want to use that on the floor. That's the dirty dust mop. I think it's going to leave a dirt streak. Coach Carl Sorani working the floor and trying to clean everything up. So on the alternating possession, the Golden Horde are going to have the ball. 15-point lead, for BBA at this point. Skips the ball into Garrett Waite, gets it into Maxim. Maxim being worked from the backside, a lot of contact with no call. And on the alternating possession, it's going to go back to Burr Burton. So moving the ball around, BBA looking to penetrate the lane again with that pass. They work through their central guys there, running a high and low guy, runner across the baseline, which is Wade right now, and running number 14 at the high goal. They're working the ball around. Another three-point attempt from Burr Burton. That's off the glass, no good. Brendan Forrest stops the player from going back up. Nice dribble drive, and we got a walk there, no call, and finish. So get the ball to Maxim's hands. Maxim dribbling, penetrating, and goes up, and that ball falls down, and Brendan Forrest is going to be called on the push. That might be his third. That is. Brendan Forrest picks up his third foul of the night, so we got two players from each, player from each team with 3 fouls. It's still with 1:46 to go in the third. And the lead is ballooned to 17 now for Burr Burton. Wade up and gets bailed out on a foul call there. And Tyler Sanderson's going to get called for the foul on Wade. Wade kind of jumped into him, forced the contact, and then threw a wild shot up, and Sanderson gets called for the push. Wade's shot bounces around and rolls off the rim, no good. Second attempt coming from Wade. That one's up, that bounces off the iron, no good. And Laughlin comes down with the rebound, skips it over to Maxim. Maxim looking up over the top, nothing there, so he slows it down. Working off a screen. Ball skipped out to Laughlin, to Waite, back to Laughlin. Gets the ball in, and number 14 is going to get called for a push on the backside. So 5 team fouls for each team. Could make for a long fourth quarter. Looks like both teams might be shooting a lot of foul shots. 5 team fouls already for each team. Ball skipped into Maxim outside the three-point arc, gets it to Laughlin in the corner. Takes a couple dribbles, skips it to Maxim. Maxim swings it to Waite, back over to Brendan Forrest. Brendan Forrest is looking for a clear out. Dribble drive, runs over the player, and he's going to be called for a travel. And the fans weren't real happy with that call. So the ball moved around, dribble, penetration, and they get the player on the travel that time. It's a drive that Burr Burton's used quite a bit. They do a jump stop and then step through. Ball's thrown into Forrest, comes down with it, throws the ball high, way high for Sanderson, and that ball goes out of bounds on the turnover. So still a 17-point lead, 43-26, 50 seconds to go here in the third quarter. BBA 2-point attempt is no good. Waite trying to battle for the rebound and gets the ball knocked away from him. And we got a hold on the inbound, number 32 from Burr Burton, who's not on our program, but he was holding Forrest, and Forrest is trying to get away. Ball's thrown into the backcourt to Maxim. He's going to be worked there. Goes right by his man. Finds Sanderson. Sanderson being battled from on the ground. The ball's picked off. 30 seconds to go. Swings it over number 20, a little jump stop. Wade on the line for 2, no good. Waite battling for the rebound, comes down to Laughlin. Laughlin gets his pocket picked. and a lot of contact there. They waited a long time to call that jump ball. With 14.3 seconds to go on the alternating possession, it's going to go back to white. So 16 fouls for Burr Burton. Golden Horde will be shooting the bonus for the remainder of the game. Ball's thrown in the backcourt to Maxim. Dribble drive and tries to find Sanderson, who is cutting back door. Dribble drive, and we got a player control foul. They said white 2-3 on an offensive push, but they were on defense. So I'm not sure what the call was there. Three-pointer at the buzzer is no good, but that's a huge foul that just occurred there because it was Brendan Forrest's fourth. So we're going to take a short break and we'll be back for fourth quarter action. Okay, we're back to action here. Fourth quarter action here at the Hinchy Gymnasium. It's 43-26, 17-point lead for the Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs will have the ball to start this quarter. Moves the ball around, swinging around the outside. They've looked to penetrate the Golden Horde zone with that pass right there to the foul line and then kick it back out for the jumper. That's no good. Nice rebound by Dow. Holds it up, gets it to Maxim. Maxim gets up in the front court. Jankowski, and then it goes right back to Wright Chapman. Gets into Eric Maxim's hands. Skip pass, and it's pulled out of Chapman's hands. Move the ball back around. Dribble drive, and high off the glass. Maxim able to get around those players, trying to throw the ball over the top. Goes behind the back, little skip pass out, and buries the shot. And they're gonna try to work the ball up over the timeline with Wright Chapman. Thinks about the three, gets it over to Jankowski, gets it back to Wright Chapman, back to Jankowski. Dribble penetration, a lot of contact there, goes off his foot. He's in and is able to finish after losing the handle there. So Burr Burton's gonna bring it up over the timeline, 19-point lead for the Bulldogs of Burr Burton. Ball's thrown in, long three-pointer, and that goes in. Working the ball up and gets it to Jankowski. Jankowski over to Wright Chapman. He goes on the dribble, kicks it to Jankowski. Dribble drive, and they're calling the foul on the floor, but it will be 1-and-1 for Jankowski. 6:12 to go, 28-50. 22-point lead for the Bulldogs of Burr Burton. And the first one is good. I didn't even think about it. I wonder if Brian brought his green jersey or his white jersey. Second one is up. And that was also good. So Golden Horde have shot foul shots fairly well tonight. The problem is they haven't been there very often. So Burr Burton brings up over the timeline, 20-point lead for the Bulldogs. Looks like he might have shuffled his feet there, no call. Swung back out, another long three-pointer, and nobody's in there, only Dow in there with three Burr Burton players. Nobody attacking the glass, boxing out on those long shots. Ball's moved in, skipped over to the short corner, back in, skips it back out. Another three-point attempt by the Bulldogs, and that's up. And we're gonna get a hand check. 23 is ride Maxim all the way down the court. That's his fourth foul. So Maxim's at the line to shoot 1-and-1. And that's no good, high off the glass. Ball skipped across. Moves it forward. The Bulldogs moving the ball around, 23-point lead now. Good ball movement, they're skipping it around, swinging the ball. Another 3-point attempt, and that one's good. And the Bulldogs are still pressing with a 26-point lead. You'd think that they might call off the Dogs at some point. Up and under by Jankowski and just can't get it to fall. Nice move there by Jankowski to get all the way to rim, but it doesn't fall for him. And another 3-pointer comes down. Maxim gets a rebound, dribbling. Big skip across to Jankowski. Doesn't come to the ball. It's picked off by number 25. Finds the trailer. Ball's on the deck. Runs over Jankowski with no call. And magic number 28 to get them to drop back into the half court. So Maxim going to look to run off the screen. Gets a screen, and Maxim's going to go back to the line. So Maxim backed him down. They called him on the hand check. Must put a hand in the middle of his back. So Eric Maxim at the line, shoot 1-on-1. Came up empty on his last trip. That one is long off the iron, no good. Rebound comes down. Riley Dow pops it back out, hits Maxim in the head, and he's not able to secure it. 2-point jumper is good. And apparently 28 isn't enough. Or 28 is a magic number, but 30, the full court press is on again. So Burr Burton, 4 minutes to go, 30-point lead. Shot from the corner is good. Ball's thrown into Maxim. Maxim should recognize that 23's got 4 fouls on him. He's going to have to let him go or foul out of the game if he dribble drives. And I believe that's the first 3-pointer hit by the Golden Horde this evening. Burr Burton's hit probably 7 or 8 of them in this game, and that's the first one for the Horde. So that cuts it down to 29. And get a 30-second timeout. So we're going to stay right here. Golden Horde is being pressed pretty hard tonight. D1 basketball program and their A team, like I said earlier, you know, they have been playing the likes of Rutland, Mount Anthony, all those D1 teams, so they're used to these full court press, high pressure types of games, and they shoot the ball really well. And Burr Burton shot the ball extremely well tonight, and when they haven't, their large bodies have been able to secure the offensive board. So 30-second timeout called by Burr Burton. It's going to be their ball, I assume, up by half court, because that's where the timeout, yeah, it's going to be right next to their bench. So they're going to inbound from the sideline. Golden Horde will be shooting 2 the rest of the way. And they run a play for a 3-pointer in the corner off that inbound. Maxim dribble drive, gets hit a couple times on his way through, so he's going to go line to shoot 2. Empty on his first 2 1-on-1 attempts, so he's going to go to line to shoot 2 here. Had been shooting the ball fairly well from the 3-point line, from the free throw stripe. He's had his struggles as of late, and shaking his head on that one. It went in, but it went on high off the bank. Second one is up, and that one's impure. So it took the bank shot to get him going. So he comes up with both of them, 30-point game. Burr Burton moving the ball up over the timeline. Moving the ball around from the 20, dribble drive. He gets trapped in the corner, swings the ball back out. Swing the ball into the foul line, but it's mishandled there, comes back out. Swinging the ball around, another 3-point attempt by Burr Burton. That one's no good. Rebound comes down, and he definitely traveled over there with no call. he leaned in like he was going to draw contact, and nobody was there and kind of stumbled backwards. Going to the foul line for BBA is Sun, Yajing Sun. He's a junior center. Not sure if he's an exchange student or not, but he's a lone junior on this JV team. And that second one, so two makes there for the Bulldogs. Both teams in the bonus at this point. Holden Horde will shoot 2 the rest of the way. Maxim dribble drives across. Right Chapman gets it to Barrett. Barrett's dribbling around and fires the ball high off the glass. A lot of contact down there, and that ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Burr Burton. So 67-35, 2:16 to go. Maxim's going to walk it up across the timeline, throws it over to Jankowski. Jankowski looking to work off the screen. Might have been an illegal screen there on Barrett, but no call. Rebound comes down. Dribble drive. Sounds like the floor is a little slippery tonight. A lot of squeaking and squealing when people come to a stop, and the feet are sliding a little bit. Ball swung to the corner. Short corner jumper is good. 69-35. Maxim brings it up across the timeline. He's being worked there by number 11. Ball's thrown into Sanderson, and he gets fouled by Sun. And Sanderson's going to go to the line to shoot 2. And the first one for Sanderson is up and good. Second attempt by Sanderson. That one's up. And it's off the back iron. Sun gets the rebound down, gets it to his point guard. Big skip pass across. Swings it back out, gets it to Sun. Sun drives and tries hitting his player down by the basket, and he finishes at the rim. So just over a minute to go here, 71-36. Maxim throws the ball to Barrett down in the post, and the quick shot goes up and off the glass and no good. Ball skipped across. Another 3-point attempt by the Bulldogs, and the rebound comes down to Sun again. And Barrett gets fouled from the backside, and he's going to go to the line to shoot 2. So Mikey Barrett at the line to shoot 2. 53.2 seconds to go, 71-36. Barrett's first one is up and it's good. And second attempt from Barrett. And that one's off the iron, no good. Burr Burton brings the ball up over the timeline, working the ball around, skips it back out top, big skip over the top, and he shuffles his feet. So 37 seconds to go here, and Golden Horde will inbound the ball with Jankowski. Ball goes into Maxim, dribbles up across the timeline. Not a lot of movement out of the Horde right now. Looks like there's a lot of tired legs. Jankowski skips it out to Roy Chapman. Off the iron, no good. Roy Chapman, a lot of contact there. Ball goes back to him. Gets it to Jankowski in the corner. He's going to put up the 3. That's way long. And I think that Burr Burton would probably just walk it up over the timeline with no shot. Fires it into Sun. And he goes up for the shot, that is how the game is going to end. So 71-37, BBA JVA beats the Golden Horde JV team here tonight in Hinchy Gymnasium. We'll have varsity action, the West Rutland Golden Horde against Long Trail in our second game of the evening.